So, Mayor, what I have to do is get the Orange City, resign, and go. This council member lost her ever-living mind with me. And it wasn't for anything official. The mayor of this city here, Kelli Marks, is a tyrannical mayor who called a meeting, a special meeting, to try to get the city clerk fired. That's Kaylee Burleson. You might have seen her on one or two videos. However, she's one of the better clerks in the county that actually does her job right and makes sure that you're getting her records. And when the police department say, bullshit you, she'll go over there and find out what's going on. Well, what I want you to do is pay attention to this council member that is to the right. This is an old lady from New York, she says, and she's a Christian. But when I asked the mayor, as a joke, because the meeting is over, to make a motion to resign from her position, watch this lady's response. Yeah, you do have time to cancel this before you cost the city a ton of money. You do, right? You do have time to cancel it.
Hey, there's water in there too for you. Pizza.
There's a whole bunch of pizza.
I heard. I saw you watching.
He's got popcorn.
Good evening. We're going to call this meeting to order. A City Council special meeting Friday, November 21st, 2025 at 6:30 p.m.
State for the record that I had PTO scheduled today, that I notified the council on November 3rd that I was taking PTO today to accompany my elderly mother to have a full hysterectomy, and that I was also sick.
That's out of order. I'm sorry.
It's not.
It's out of order.
Are you going to remove all of us?
She's supposed to ask permission for the chair to speak. She did not. She spoke out. Thank you.
Ask permission, please.
Pledge allegiance, please.
Sit down so you don't honor it.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And tyrants out.
Okay, item number 1, discuss performance of the city clerk. First, I'd like to do an opening statement. The order of business tonight is to review the performance of the city clerk. Anyone with shout-outs or disruptive behavior will not be tolerated and will be ejected. We will maintain order of this meeting. This will serve as a pre-warning. If you would like to make a public comment, please fill out one of the slips and please turn it over to the city clerk. You will get 3 minutes to express your comment. Please address the council with all your comments. And just a reminder, council, if I would like to request if you need to speak, and you already know this, but just address the chair first. We're going to go into a certain order of the agenda, but I'm just going to start with an opening statement. But during my opening statement, I asked the council to refrain from comments and questions until we reach the council deliberation, and then we will all discuss everything together. Through the clerk's actions and email communications with the council, she has demonstrated contempt for this government body and has undermined the authority of this council itself. This cannot be tolerated. The clerk has demonstrated insubordinate behavior on many instances during the many email exchanges that I have provided a copy for the council tonight. She has undermined the council for reasonable requests for her contract, her PTO hours, etc. This has put the council in an uncomfortable position and has violated public trust. Communications must be civil and orderly. Our communications are filled with several allegations and harassing a council member. Lastly, a meeting request was sent by our clerk to the Senator Tom Wright's office. It was brought to my attention that Orange City Clerk never replied to the Senator's office for the meeting request. Because she did not fulfill her duty to check her emails, this may have cost the city approximately $3 million and not be able to build our facilities. The council cannot run our city efficiently with harassment and constant attack and allegations because... Order. Because we are questioning the clerk on her performance. I suggest we terminate for these stated reasons and for her improper and unprofessional communication with the council. And at this time, I need to have a motion to terminate our city clerk's contract as previously stated. So I'll be looking to the council for action.
Madam Mayor, may I?
Okay.
Thank you. Based on the totality of everything that we've been provided, and been on social media and emails and everything of the like, I make a motion to terminate the city clerk's contract effective immediately based on the following: lack of confidence and trust, there's no reasonable prospect of reconciliation, inappropriate behavior towards the council and attempting to undermine the council, pushback and or difficulty presented when direction given, making rules, policies, not following direction from council, demonstrated insubordinate behavior, and disseminating private text messages which have created public chaos, rumor, and defamation, which is not a desirable characteristic of a position of a public official.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Motion dies for lack of a second.
I just, sorry?
You need a second, you go right to citizens' comments.
No, that's not true. We need a second. Did you tell him that?
We don't need a second, right?
We can go straight to, what I recommend, Madam Mayor,
Yes.
is that we give the clerk a chance to go to the podium and
Before the
respond to
second? I thought you said after we get a motion and a
I
second.
don't think we had a second, so.
Well, he just said you told him that he didn't need one.
Would-
That's why I'm addressing this. Order.
Do we have a second to that motion?
I'll make it a second.
Okay, so now we have a second. So now what I recommend is
Yes.
that,
I
so
got,
now I recommend that we give Ms. Burleson the opportunity to go to the
Yes.
podium and give her.
that's what I intended to do. Thank you. Ms. Burleson, you can approach the podium and you have 10 minutes to speak your mind.
Speak my mind. Got it. First, I would like to state that I'm unsure of what text messages you are speaking of. Are you able to provide proof? Are you able to provide proof of those text messages that
Sorry, you
you're
have to direct
accusing-
that at the council and not at one person.
Well, I have somebody making a motion to terminate me based on.
It doesn't matter. You-
So is the council able to provide proof of the text messages that I distributed?
Okay. Yes,
Are they?
it's all over social media.
From my understanding, those aren't text messages. Those are Facebook messages.
Okay. Do you want to,
I'd like to discuss it when we have our discussion.
okay, continue with your,
So I would also like to state for the record that the city clerk does not have access to any of the city council members' social media accounts. I have no access to those records. Records, according to statute, are to stay in the department that is responsible for keeping those records, and I have to physically ask for them. So I have no access to those records. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the individual that dropped off those records at my office on November 12th in the afternoon is present.
okay.
Just so you're aware. I would also like to state for the record that you still had a meeting with Tom Wright. I was also on vacation that week with literally a return response going to my emails talking about if you have, important information to reach out to the city clerk email for immediate assistance, that I was away with limited access to my email and phone. I would also like to state that you came in my office after legislative action days and told me how you took your intern to Tallahassee and how you dressed her up because she had big boobs and had her show off her cleavage to Tom Wright because he likes that kind of stuff. And I have 2 witnesses that were in my office when you said it. Would anybody else like to ask me any questions or address any situations?
No, the
I would also
council-
like to ask why, we're in November. Why are you addressing this in November?
The council is not going to address you at this time. You're to state what you would like to state, and you have 10 minutes. And I need the clock started, please. Oh, okay, thank you.
I would like to state that this is retaliatory in nature, that I had scheduled PTO off, that I notified this council on November 3rd, 2025, that I was taking PTO in order to accompany my 62-year-old mother to have a full hysterectomy. I would also like to state for the record that I was sick with a stomach bug yesterday and notified council yesterday morning, and that I received a text message and an email from Kelli Marks at 4:07 p.m. calling for a special meeting, which required me to get out of my bed and come to the office and post all the public notices as required. I was also required to find somebody else to take my mother to surgery today. My mother is still in recovery, by the way. I think it is absolutely vile that I had to choose between defending my character and my job and being there for my own mother who lives in my home. I am her caretaker. It is absolutely vile that I had to choose between that. You have multiple days that you could have picked a special meeting. You picked this day just because you did not want me to be in attendance. The email in which I sent out regarding food, I would like to state for the record that at the first meeting in October, the council requested that I provide them Olive Garden because council expects to be fed prior to 6 p.m. if they have a meeting. And I was cornered at the Orange City Elementary School ribbon cutting ceremony, and I was requested to purchase Olive Garden for 10 people, in which I followed the directions and did so. That meal was served at 5 p.m. and around, 6:15, a couple members of the public came to me and asked me if they were allowed to eat the food. And historically, we have always allowed the public to share in a meal that is, in a public meeting. So I advised them that they could, and you pulled me to the side and you asked if the public was allowed to eat the food. I would also like to mention that at the time it was 2 black women that were up there making their plate. One of them that you were speaking about in those racist Facebook messages. Both of them were members of the public. Both of them are taxpayers, and I told you that I thought they were entitled to share the meal as we paid for it with their tax money. In which I later on sent an email out asking for suggestions if this was going to be a problem moving forward, because historically this is how Orange City has always handled the meals. In which I got a response back from you. I made suggestions on the survey. As far as sharing with the public, where does it state that rule that we have to share our meal with the public? My concern is I don't want to eat from a buffet with a ton of people touching the food I'm eating. It's not sanitary. What about individual meals for the council, pre-order and takeout orders? I find somebody that has a nonprofit, runs a nonprofit in this community that is so focused on ending hunger in her local community, and she's not willing to share a meal with the public. What if that was the only meal those individuals ate that day? I would like to also state that I brought up concerns because this council has raised ad valorem taxes. It's raised solid waste taxes. It's also raised stormwater taxes. And I brought that to your attention I was trying to encourage how the public would feel having a catered dinner in a public meeting and telling them that they were not allowed to partake in it. So I encouraged you to take a different look at that, in which you respond, this is not a catered dinner. This is supposed to be meals for the council and staff who will be there a long time and do not have time in order to eat in between meetings and regular workday. I don't think it was appropriate for you to state that since food is purchased with public funds, we must share our meal. Be careful making up rules that are not in place unless you have facts to back it up. I would also like to state that there's no rule stating that I have to feed council when you have a meeting prior to 6 p.m., in which I responded and offered to bring you a policy at your December 9th meeting so that staff has clear guidance moving forward. There's been growing apprehensions among staff. I know there's numerous staff members that have previously resigned or recently resigned that are in the audience that were terrified to actually speak their mind during their exit interviews and why they actually left. You actually came into my office and told our public information officer in front of my executive assistant and in front of my deputy city clerk that you and the rest of the council thought she was completely incompetent at her job, in which she has since resigned. You also came into the office and demanded that the deputy clerk have to attend every single city council meeting, in which I explained to you how the deputy clerk and the city clerk split up meetings to where we can have ample time at home with our families as well. Because we handle more boards than just the city council. I handle all boards of the city, which is around 10, just so you're aware. And I expressed the desire for a work-life, home-life balance for my employee, in which you literally laughed and basically told her, haha, too bad, get a different job. I've also had your mortgage company call my office numerous times. You've also made numerous racist comments in my office talking about how NAACP lunches and dinners make you uncomfortable. You also called me after presenting a proclamation at the Juneteenth event and told me that you went up to Dr. Primrose Cameron and her daughter and told her that this wasn't a very unity in the community event, that there weren't a lot of white people. I digress.
30-second warning.
I digress. I'm done.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to public comment. I will remind everybody that it is the person that's speaking only, and if you speak out or disrupt the meeting, you will be ejected.
And I have seen all the emails, and I have seen the Facebook, and I have seen the messages that you have mentioned online. And at the end of the day, if there's a public record request done and somebody takes those and they decide to distribute, we cannot stop them. That is part of the law. So to put her here and basically say this is all your fault, she can't stop from giving out the public record requests. That's not something that she can do.
You know, I'm really disappointed to spend my Friday night here, but I am proud of all these citizens that came out to support Kelli. I'm very proud to be a member of this community. I can't believe you have the audacity to call for an emergency city meeting right now in reference to the city clerk, and you're being very vindictive and you're not acting professional at all. How dare you? You've done nothing but bully city employees since you took office. The title of mayor has obviously gone to your head and you are power tripping. We all see that. They may be afraid of retaliation from you, but know this, I am not. Amen. So due to your treatment of the city employees, what is perceived as your abuse of power, and the disgraceful racist comments you made, I ask that you resign immediately. And you let this city heal from all the damage you have done. Thank you.
Thank you. Second time. Out.
Okay, fine. I'll walk out. Kelli, you and the backpack buddies are fraud. It's a scam.
Isn't that the...
No, you're violating First Amendment rights.
Again.
Wait, please don't.
That is your last time, too. Mr. Waters.
Before I start speaking, I want to let you all know about the First Amendment. United States Declaration of Human Rights, which states we have a right to express oneself without government interference. So what I'm about to say, I want you to remember the First Amendment. I received an email that I'm totally disgusted with. My name is listed in this email. My name is listed in this email. This email was between Kelli and Mr. Alex. Although Alex is no longer here, I'm totally dismayed with this email. Brought it to you all before about the Sunshine Law. This email shows it was violated.
As a former employee of the City of Orange City, but before my resignation, I experienced and witnessed several issues that made it increasingly difficult to stay silent. There were repeated violations of the Florida Sunshine Law, deep divisions within council, and most troubling, racism behind the scenes. Along with these issues came persistent bullying, harassment, and unreasonable demands that created a toxic work environment. Excuse me, guys. And many employees felt uncomfortable, stressed, and unhappy. Yet also, they felt that they had no voice. I will close with this. Just a reminder, residents, there is an upcoming election next year, and 4 of these seats will be vacant.
Hey there, greetings, Tyrant Mayor and Council. Just wanted to say thank you for taking the opportunity to listen to this. I used to blame Kelli for the issues with the public records request and dive down her every moment. But I realized, and there's law enforcement in here, I'm sorry for saying this, but it was your administration that was doing it. Kelli has done nothing but help go to the police department and try to convince them to release records. She's probably the best clerk, if not the second best, because we had one in New Smyrna Beach that was at that time the best clerk, and they fired her because she did her job right. I did a records request today, and council, and I hope the police chief can maybe launch a criminal investigation on some of this stuff. But council, I'm trying to figure out why there was liquor bought by the mayor at a, what was it? It was at a conference, and it was done with a P card. So that's one thing that I would like to know. And the other thing is there was a $75 charge for valet parking. So if anybody is doing anything wrong in this agency, from what I've seen, is that there is records that can be out there. Now, I spoke to Sharon this afternoon on the phone, and I told her about what was listed in these emails that I did of public records, and that's the nexus, is because I get public records from this agency. One of the things that you said to me today when I messaged you happy birthday, and you said I can't discuss city business. The mayor said she could not discuss city business. But it's funny, the Sunshine Law violations that I saw in these messages between them, and these are only the tip of the iceberg that you find. As I was mentioning, buying alcohol. Council, do you know if that was reimbursed or anything like that? Yes. Mayor's nodding her head yes. Was there taxes paid on that alcohol that was reimbursed? Because it was done with a tax-exempt card. Council. That's one of the things that I think that should be investigated. If this police chief with his last few months here can handle something like that. I don't know. As Sharon said today, she's not going to stop doing what she's doing based off of these racists. What was the words? They were ghetto. And hanging a pair of shoes, which typically is in low-income areas, like what you would be on a telephone wire. So, Mayor, what I have to do is get the out of Orange City, resign, and go.
The employees and all others should be protected from this bullying and harassment. I would call for the mayor to immediately resign due to her bullying, extremely unprofessional behavior, and putting the city at risk for large lawsuits with this employee, possibly others that were harassed and currently bullied by her. Thank you.
We have lost almost 70% of our employees in the last year alone. Some who truly love, respect, and benefited our city and community. Why is that? I've never seen it this evident. I asked for the resignation of the mayor, Kelli Marks. The mayor is the only position we can afford to lose, and hers is the only performance that needs to be checked.
Former mayor, I have spent 26 years up here on this council. I am totally disgusted by what I'm seeing happening right now. And Ms. Marks, you also called me a name. You called me a jerk in one of those emails. And that, to me, that's unacceptable. If you want to call me a name, come up to my face, call me a name. Okay? Your evaluation of Kelli last year was all outstandings, every single one. I haven't heard one person yet, not one, come up and speak in favor of firing Kelli. That speaks volumes. When you look at, and I'm not going to mention names, but look at all the senior staff that you've lost because of you. Not because of most of the council. Now, some of you go along with her, and I'd appeal to you to start being an independent thinker up here. You are rotten to the core. And what these people have said for you to resign, you better go home and look in the mirror and really think about it. Because we love Orange City. That's why we're here. We love Orange City. And you came from wherever you came from and you want to tear it down. So do everyone a favor and sign out.
Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. Okay, at this time, Mr. Waters, how should we proceed with this?
Okay, Madam Mayor, we have a motion and a second. I recommend we call the vote.
Okay, can the clerk call the vote, please?
Vice Mayor Grimm.
No.
Councilmember Stafford. No. Councilmember Richardson.
No.
Councilmember Jarms.
No.
Councilmember Knight.
No.
Councilmember Thompson. Yes. Mayor Marks.
Yes. Okay, so the motion fails.
Motion fails.
The meeting, motion to adjourn. Can I get order? I just need a motion to adjourn, please.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion adjourned.
Now, motion for your resignation. Yelling out like that. There's the door for you too. Don't bring your attitude from me. I got my freedom of speech. You can shut the fuck up. What you can do. So can I. So you can shut the fuck up people like that. I'm sorry, what?
So I basically bring my flying uniform boomerangs, and I throw them pretty hard, and they usually come back. This one right here, she's trying to summon the police chief.
That's what I say. For you talking to me like that, saying no and pointing your finger at me, go.
You know, some more flying uniform boomerangs.
That's what I think. Cursing?
Yep, more of those flying uniform boomerangs. There's a couple thrown over there. That one's getting one. There's another one. Another one over there. Now the city manager's coming in saying, hey, leave him alone. He gets a flying boomerang. This one over here. Still getting some more.
I want him removed!
You ain't getting shit. Meeting's over. You want to remove me, Lord? You don't want to remove me?
I don't know if she can. Thank you for what you did.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Any details? The clerk of Orange City. How do you feel? Relieved?
I want to individually thank everybody here, and that's what I'm trying to do, but I also have this desire to go check on my mom.
Go do it then. I won't bother you with anything else. Go check on your mom and do that.